Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, time to change the plugs and wires on the Ford Explorer here. So this side doesn't look too bad. It's the driver's side here. This looks pretty easy. Unfortunately, as we walk over here to the passenger side, it is not the same story. And in my midst of looking around and messing around and trying to see how to get that thing out, I think I've decided I'm going to take this wheel and tire off here, and I am going to go through there. I know I'm not the first to figure this out, but usually when you can't figure out how to get to spark plugs very well, there's a good chance you need to go through the wheel well, which is where we are. We're on the passenger side wheel well of the Explorer here. And now on this, I've done the brakes over here, I've done the shocks over here, so go check out those videos if you need to know how to do brakes or shocks all the way around on an Explorer. Little plug there. But once again, we're going to pull this off just like we did with the shocks. And I got my little tool here, and you have to do from up above. But honestly, I can reach one right here, and the next one is back here. Now just relate yourself from the top of the shock here. And when I'm doing plugs and wires, I like doing it one at a time, especially on something like this where you got to snake stuff through and you're not sure exactly which wire is going to which one. So I'm going to go ahead, and here's the wire here. That's the back one back here. Spark plugs just right directly up through here. It's going to be impossible really to show you on film exactly. I have noticed that you definitely want one of these flexible headed wrenches if you can get one. This one has a bend in it that actually perfectly fits up in there, and I can get around some of the stuff. But E3's back in, and I am going to go ahead and put some anti-seize on it. The light we've been using down below, and I'm just going to reach down there and look for how the spark plug wire, it looks like it, if I reach down behind the, I think it's the AC box, there's the wire right there hanging down. So I'm going to carefully pull it up, and basically you're going to follow this all the way back until you can unhook it. It's not rocket science, but you do want to keep an eye. Like now, there's a clip. Alright, there's a clip right there. So I'm going to pop it out of that clip, and I'm going to keep following it all the way over, and you want to keep track of where those clips are, because you want to clip it back in. You want to pretty much put it the same route, unless you notice the last guy really screwed something up and put it on something hot or something like that. All the way over to this one. It only had the one clip. Move this out of my way a little bit if I can. Nope, I can't. Move that out, and it's this back one right here. You can squeeze these together. They got kind of clips that squeeze on this one. Now there are two different types of these, so it depends on which one you have. This one, you squeeze it together and pull up on it. Fluid dipstick. In front of that, you'll see that orange thing there, hopefully. The one in front of that is the one I'm trying to get off to check and see if it is longer than the one that I've already pulled off. But I'm seeing that there is a real pain in the butt. Now I popped it loose. Now you got to pull it up, and the problem I'm having is it's stuck behind all this stuff right here, and unless you do it just right, you ain't getting it out of there. So I've been playing with it for a while here, and there you got to pull it almost all the way up to where it's hitting those, and then kind of fish it back. Right by there's like a bracket, and you got to bring it over the top of that bracket, but it just barely fits over this bracket, and fish it back. And then it was hooked into this little clip right here, which is by the heater hoses here. I had already actually popped that off. I should have showed you that first. And then just start kind of fishing it up, but you got to get it around in front of the other one. So now I'm kind of popped it up through there, right through between where the rubber heater hose and the metal part is, right down through here. What a pain. Now it should just fish back to the other side just like the other one. It runs pretty much the same. One over here that is not here anymore was the one that went to the difficult to get to one, spark plug wise. And then the one that's coming from the other side comes around and goes to this back one opposite of it. Now, because I took the spark plug wire off of this one, and by the way, I got the spark plug wire back on the back one there. We can see this one a little better. I went ahead and popped the wire off of that when I was checking to see if it was the right sizes. And so that's the next one I'm going to do. Front one on the passenger side here. I also went with just a regular 5/8 deep well socket here and a regular ratchet with an extension here. And I'm probably going to get in your way with my hand here. These are way tighter than they need to be. Back in here. Try not to get it to where there's a bunch of stuff on it here. I know I'm probably in your way. Main thing about this is I want to show you I'm doing it by hand. When doing spark plugs, use air nor electric nor any other kind of automatic tools. They're just a disaster waiting to happen. On your side, if anything changed, I'd tell you. Well, we got the 5/8 socket. It's just a regular socket. We got an extension, and then we got this curved handled one, and the handle actually rotates. I will give you a better look at this wrench when we're all done here. You're definitely going to want that wrench if you can find one to do this job. For these back two back here, it's going to be almost impossible to do it with a regular wrench. I'm sure you can do it, but I wouldn't want to. Guys who designed this for the spark plugs started making this a sick joke. Because of this tube right here, I don't even know what it is, heater hose, some sort of tube right here, which doesn't appear, it's metal, so it doesn't appear to be easy to get out of the way. We got my regular ratchet here. I got two extensions on it and the socket, and I had to take the oil stick out, the dipstick, because the handle was in the way there. But after that, you can get to it fairly easily. It's just a matter of figuring it out. And so I thought I'd show that. In all the years I've been doing this, I've never had to use the where you take a piece of hose and put it on the end of the spark plug and twist it on in there. I really don't like that method. If I can, I want my fingers on that when I'm putting it in. And if it doesn't absolutely go with no problem at all, stop and restart again. Now I got my socket that's got that rubber piece in the end, and what that is meant to do is when you pull them out, you can stick that on there and it helps pop them out. Problem is, when you put them in, if you stick that all the way on there, it's kind of really hard, and half the time you'll get this out, and then it's almost impossible to get this off. Another thing, don't forget your anti-seize is that if you only stick it in just to where you get right on the end of one of those nuts there so you can turn it, don't stick it all the way in. That way when you go to pull it out, it comes out pretty easy. Just don't push it in there real far. Out here, and try not to get too much dirt and crap on it, but inevitably you're going to hit something on your way in usually. And I'm just turning it. I'm not doing it until I get it on there and I can tell that the threads are actually going in there. Just do it by hand and save yourself a whole heap of trouble. And once it stops, give it a little bit of a and that's all you need. You don't need to reef on these. Alright, and last one, I told you if anything changed I would tell you. I got the socket on there, I got a couple extensions, and then I went back to this curved one, because quite honestly, if you got a regular ratchet, you're hitting into all this stuff right here. So yet again, this thing has saved me. I'll show it to you at the end. Alright, now with these wires, I kind of took a look at them, and I looked at how they should be routed, and this front one was actually shorter than the actual routing that I believe it should have taken. So I took one of the little bit longer ones and put it on the front one here, It goes up. There's the front spark plug right down from here. There's a clip here. Then it goes behind these, I don't know, hoses here. I don't know what this is exactly. It goes behind that, and there's actually a clip right behind that, right around there. Okay, so we went behind that and across here, and there's another clip right there where you can see the hose going across here, or not the hose, the wire. And I put that one in the one furthest over towards the side there. There's only 2 clips there. And then I brought that up, and it goes on right here. So made that one work, and then the one in the back, as you can see, starts right there. There's a clip right up above it, right there. Brought that up through this last clip that's actually on the coil, up over and into its spot over on that last one over there. Now this middle one, all I got is a really long one left. I'm gonna go make them give me a shorter one for it. Alright, and you probably noticed also that this wasn't in my way. I went ahead and popped this vacuum hose off here and got it out of my way so I could work on this. It wasn't real hard, so yet again, if it's in your way, get it. Done getting the wires finally on this thing. Spark plugs on wires, comes up, there's a clip right there, comes over, goes into the clip back there, comes up behind this pack here again. This is just a bunch of wires that connect together right here basically. It comes up through here and goes to the middle one here. Spark plugs now. Alright, now here's the wrenches that I used. You got your actual spark plug socket that has a little boot in it for taking them out. The one that doesn't, for putting them in. This is actually just a deep well socket, 5/8. I'm pretty sure I told you that, but they are both 5/8. Couple of extensions. On the passenger side, I only used 1 extension. On the driver's side, I used 2 extensions on both. This is the Wonder wrench here. It has a swivel head on the top here, and a bit of a bend in it. Now that bend right there is what saved me, and along with that swivel head, I was able to get it in the places I needed it. So honestly, to do this job, I would almost say you need that wrench or something similar to it. Now I'm sure if you want to wrestle with it and fight with it even more than I did, you could get it with just a regular wrench, or maybe a shorty one, something like that. I got a shorty one here with a swivel on it. I actually did use this on the middle one on the passenger side, but I didn't really use it for very long. I don't think I really needed it. I just thought it might make life a little easier, but really this was the king of it all right there. This one here, honestly, I got from my dad. It's Taiwanese 3/8 ratchet, but I mean the thing is solid. Even this is metal here. I mean there's not a hunk of plastic anywhere on this thing. So yet again, this, I'm sure my dad bought that, you know, 20 years ago, if not more. So probably closer to 30 years, 40 years, who knows. And then obviously just a regular wrench or socket wrench. Anyhow, that one right there, I would say you need it. I really would. Should be all good. Should be all done finally. This will probably be a good, bad, and ugly video, but such as it is, this is Sam, Jack of all, and obviously Master of none. You all have a good one.